All right, gentlemen, let's talk tariffs. I got to say, that old expression, fool me once, shame on me, or shame on you, fool me twice, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me. Even the people on CNBC, they're like, well, the president announced that the tariffs are going to affect next week, but the White House says this is a hard deadline. And the only reason they're going to affect next week is because it takes a week to implement them. I mean, come on, folks. As my sources told me last year, the president doesn't love tariffs. He loves American economic success. These deadlines mean as much as my instruction to not put smack in the chat to most of you means nothing. And so right now you got a bunch of countries that I think four countries in the EU account for more than 50% of U.S. imports, and all those countries now have tariffs at 10% and above, 15% and above in most cases. And the president's got the sweet spot. He's got a bunch of deals in place and more coming, and some tariff revenue, but also investment in the United States. So, Sean, as the week ends, where do you think we're headed next in terms of tariff deals, particularly Canada, Mexico, and some of the others, India, that don't have deals yet?
Okay, so there's actually a lot of questions in there. Mexico has actually done a very good job. President Sheinbaum has stayed in touch, which and played the game well, I think, which is why she got a 90-day extension for Mexico. Conversely, Mr. Carney to our north, making a big Palestine announcement the day before this came due was not smart politics. He really rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. And so there's a US, Canada, Mexico, USMCA. So 75% of goods fall under that category, 25 don't. You're going to have those 25 subject to a 35% tariff under under the emergency declaration that the president's used on fentanyl. So those are very unique because of it's a separate usage of what they call IEEPA for that, and he's a lot stronger on that because it's a national security drug crisis. So Canada and Mexico are in their own categories. Mexico playing it much better than I think Canada. But again, when you look at the number of goods not subject under the current trade agreement, it's not as big of a deal. On the other countries, I mean, look, these countries, once the EU deal came in particular, there was a line going down the road of people saying, give me a tariff rate. What can we do? How can I keep it lower? What I would say is that it's not just the amount of folks that are coming. There is a lot of, I mean, and Dan talks about this all the time, but it's true. There's a lot of trade nitty gritty that goes in terms of de minimis goods, what they call zero for zero sectors, where you look at how we do versus them. So I'd say I feel like if I were the White House, I'd feel very good about this week. They got a ton of big deals. They scared the crap out of a lot of people thinking, take the best deal you can get at 15% or higher. So I think they feel very good. There's a lot of countries that are trying to lock in the deal, but it's an ongoing and iterative process that we will be able to evaluate week by week whether or not how much progress is being made.
And now for the Democratic response, the gentleman from New York, Dan Turrentine. Dan.
I actually agree with a bunch of things Sean said. I think the challenge is
reclaiming my time.
Yes. I think the challenge is.
Hold on one second. Pop up CNN when you can. Go ahead, Dan.
Sure. And I think he just joined the Zoom here, David Bahnsen. For those who haven't seen it, I highly recommend listening to Mark's interview with him yesterday, because there was a lot of good stuff in there talking about the economy. The economy is good, but there are just some signs that are a little bit worrying. And I think what all of this tariff stuff and trade deals that kind of are half filled in, half not, as Sean was just describing, is it is more uncertainty. If you're trying to plan, you still don't fully know what the rules of the road are. Is Trump going to turn a dial? Is there going to be some detail in there that causes you headaches if you source out of Canada or Mexico with your parts, if your customers? It's hard, and that's concerning if the economy is slowing. We don't know.
Want more great clips like that? I've got an idea. Hit the subscribe button, be part of the Two-Way community, never miss a clip. And you can always watch our full episodes, join them live, go to twoway.tv.